So your girl is doing her weekly soap recap. I think I'm gonna do this on a weekly basis. I don't know, but Young and the Restless. Audra is stupid. Audra is stupid. She was used by Victor. She was used by Tucker, and she's about to be used by Victor again. Victor wants her to seduce Kyle Abbott, who is Jack's son, to prove to his granddaughter Claire that Kyle is no good. And the reality is Kyle really does love Claire. He really enjoy being with her, to the point they are entertaining moving in with one another, but they know how different people feel about the family, so they don't want to rush into it. And it's like, Victor, mind your business. She is a grown woman. Stop it. But Victor is not letting go of this vendetta he has against the Abbott family, even to the point that the Abbott family, Kyle figured out that they had a mole. Or at least one mole they know, that when they bought the company from Victor, or got the company back from Victor, whatever they did with it, they realized that Victor left people in place that they will report back to him and let him know what's going on with Abbott. No, what's the name of their company? Jabot. So Kyle figured out, I don't think they figured out the mole, and I don't know what they're doing with the mole yet, but they know the mole is there. So I think that's going to come out next week to Victor and Michael Baldwin, who is Victor's lawyer. Michael Baldwin even came to Victor and said, your mole is asking for more money, and if he doesn't get more money, he's going to tell everybody everything. So you have that going on. Then what else happened this week? The psycho twin revealed himself. Like, he was cornered in an interrogation room with Phyllis and Sharon, who he kidnapped them in the old psych ward, trying to get them to compromise and be friends, or mend the what's the word I want to say? The unforgiveness and the venom they have in between them. Now, let's be honest. Have they done that? Yes. But they acted like they didn't do that in front of him. And what's so crazy about it is, my mom read somewhere that the good twin is actually still alive. He's just tied up somewhere. Okay? That's the crazy part. So Tracy thought all this time she was in love with one twin. We'll come to find out she was in love with the evil twin. So what Tracy did, what all women should do, when you see signs, you listen. So Tracy saw the text messages coming through his phone that was alerting him that people were on the premises of this psych ward where he was holding Phyllis and Sharon hostage. And when she saw those text messages, she didn't confront him. She let Jack know, and then eventually they let Chance know, who was the chief of police. So they came and go with this plan, how they were going to confront him. Of course, the plan kind of falls apart. First, he tried, and mind you, this is right after he proposed to Tracy, okay? So first, he wanted Tracy to take the Jabot airplane to Paris for them to get married in Paris. And she was like, my family's not going to be there. I think we should get married here. And even Jack called and said they should get married in the Abbott house. It's not going to be that far away, a few weeks away. The Abbott house will be done. I think she should get home, be married around family. Immediately when he comes back home, Martin, I can't remember which one was the evil twin or the bad twin, but whoever was the evil twin, disguising himself as a good twin, when he came in, he immediately detected that something was up with Tracy and she wasn't herself, and that someone poisoned her against him. And then he, went to Ashley, you turned her against me. Well, really, Ashley was the one that kind of helped Tracy convince herself that that was the evil twin. There was no denying that he kidnapped Sharon and Phyllis. It was just proving it. And so finally, when they arrest him and take him in with no real evidence, Mr. I'm the chief of police, I have to follow the evidence. Chance had no real evidence to arrest Martin, but he did. So when he got him in there, was questioning him, of course, he was denying everything, even saying to the point that the whole Abbott family needs to be evaluated. They need psychiatric help. So then he lets Sharon and Phyllis come in there and confront him. And then that's when they lie that your experiment didn't work and we hate each other just as much, so you're a fraud, you don't know what you're doing. And he's like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to flip, and it's not going to work. And it did work. Like, I don't. Phyllis kept taunting him, and anyone knows anything about Phyllis, Phyllis is, oh, she gets on my nerves. She taunted him to the point that he finally cracked and he admitted he was the evil twin and that his brother could never be as good of a psychiatrist as he was. So you had that storyline. I'm trying to think of what else has happened since last time I talked to y'all. You have Damien, who is Nathan's half brother, who Victor is trying to figure out what Damien's boss is up to. And Damien's boss, I forgot what they call him, Aristotle Duvall or whatever. It's some sophisticated name. No one really knows who he is. Victor supposedly has run-ins with him. So Victor and Michael are suspecting if it was not Michael Baldwin, if it's Tucker, who's this mysterious guy. Tucker will lose a company and gain a company back in a minute. I never understood it. So Victor told Lily that this Duvall guy or Damal or whatever his name is, he told Damien about Lily and Nose early. And that he was already investigating them and that he didn't just learn about them. Of course, Lily confronts Damien about it. And it's like, we don't know who you are. You're not trying to scam my brother, my cousin and my brother. And I heard you're coming after my company. And of course, he's admitting, I knew nothing of this. Someone is lying. He, of course, confronts his best friend, who was also his business. And I don't know if he's a business partner, but he works for him. He admits it wasn't me. And it was like, well, I got this news from Victor. He's like, Victor would lie. Nate wants to believe that Damien can be trusted. At the end of the day, Victor is trying to get this man's company while this man is going to use Billy to get Chancellor back. Yeah, those of y'all who missed that. Billy was made head over Chancellor when Jill took sick. And then because the company was spiraling out of control, because Billy didn't know what the heck he was doing, Jill sold the company to Victor. And at first, Billy was on this vendetta, like, I'm going to get my company back and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Nobody was backing him. Stop it. Get your life together. He supposedly saw the light. Jack willingly invested in his new company. But then this Duvall guy, and I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. And for those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. This Duvall guy comes out of nowhere and says to him, I want to help you take Chancellor back. Like, what happened to you was wrong. And there's a way for this Duvall guy to get back at Victor. Victor is still, again, trying to get back at Jack. One thing I will say about Billy, he has Sally in his ear talking to him and telling him, well, I put it this way. Billy really hasn't been, I feel like, upfront with Sally and said, well, this is what this Dumas guy wants. That's his name, Dumas. No, but he's told other people, he told Phyllis, and Phyllis is like, you said you were going legit. You said you weren't pursuing people. I don't think this is what you need to do. But he's willing to do it anyway. So that's just Young and the Restless, y'all. I just realized how long this video is. And I'm not going to speed the time up because people are going to watch it. I feel like there's something else. This is my assumptions. I hope that this good twin is still alive so that Tracy can find love. The thing is, I don't know how she's going to feel about it. Because it's like, I fell in love with one guy and you're not good to go. Audra, what she forgets what's going to happen with her trying to seduce Kyle, which she says, I'm going to seduce him, but I'm not going to sleep with him. You forgot you have a whole man. You have a whole good man and you're about to jack this up because you want a job with Victor, who has fired you before and is known to be not to be trusted. And then her girl, what's her name? Sally was like, what is wrong with you? Of course, she's like so blindsided. It's like, I'm gonna have him sign a contract. And they forget Victor owns the freaking company. He can do whatever he wants. Okay? Victoria's one thing I forgot to bring up. Kyle. Summer finally admitted to Chance, I don't like that Claire and Kyle are together, and I don't like how close she is getting to our son. And Chance told her at the end of the day, that's going to happen because he's with other people. There's nothing wrong with that. She doesn't see it that way. And finally, he tells her, me and you have been in limbo. We need to decide what we're going to do. She's like, I think we just need time to think about it. And he's like, you know what? You do you. I'm going on about my life. Of course, she's like, what it is, at the end of the day, you didn't want Kyle, but now that Kyle's getting close to someone, you secretly want him back. Not that you're frustrated that she's getting close to your son. You don't want Kyle to be with anyone else. Okay? Stop it already. Like, that's the only thing that's bothering me about these soap operas right now is they're making up storylines that this is not a real good storyline. Like, it's really... Oh, and do I still watch it? Yes, but I like when Victoria and Victor were talking today, I kept fast forwarding about it because all they kept talking about is how Claire and Kyle should not be together. And normally, Young and the Restless is not like that. Yes, this is a great session right now. Normally, Young and the Restless has a storyline where I have to sit and watch it or listen to it so I know what's going on and I don't miss anything. Now they're starting to resemble Bold and the Beautiful, which is not a compliment, where Bold and the Beautiful will talk about the same thing, the same storyline. Well, I don't know why y'all can't be together. I don't know why we can't be together. Why can't we be together? I know why we can't be together. Why can't we be together? Like, it's like it's repetitive. So you literally can watch Bold and the Beautiful in the first 5 minutes and not watch the entire show and know what's going on. Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless is slowly but surely, especially on a slow week and a slow way. There are days I just fast forward because all you're doing is talking about the same thing over and over again. Nobody has time for it. Like Kyle and Claire today, I literally fast forwarded through their conversation because they were talking about their relationship again and how Victor doesn't like it again. Can we find something new? I feel like they need me. I feel like they need to hire me. That's what it is.